Hey guys, we Hey guys, I have a really exciting video for you all about this new hero, and this hero is ridiculous. It's absurd that this hero is even allowed to be even a thought to be added to the game. And to join me in expressing how overpowered this character is, I have Fastidious. So what's up, Taz?
How the heck are you, man? Happy to be here. Even though it's behind us, I haven't read anything. The only thing I saw is this 6102 base attack. I'm
Which is
scared. I'm scared for
it's
all of
by
us.
far the highest attack for a mage in the game.
The highest, I actually think I know it off the top of my head, is Praetus for any mage, and I think it's 5265.
Yeah, it's
So
like
she is
slightly
like
above
almost a
Priya.
thousand. I
Yeah, and she has
think Priya is
over
5148.
like 1,000 above that, or like a little under 1,000 above that, which is crazy. But this is a kind of preview to the video that'll be on your channel, which is about
Mhm.
all of the heroes that are being added eventually. Like, we don't really have a timeline, but it's all the heroes that we know exist, and that'll be on your channel. So,
Yeah, this is like a big collaborative effort. We haven't collabed actually in a while. Like we come on streams and stuff, but
yeah.
so we were talking about it. Everyone was saying you need to get in touch with Destin because of this. So I can't wait to hear about her. And I was like, all
Hmm.
right, we need something for my channel. And I was like, how cool would it be if we did a video, putting all the stuff that's like not like coming, like Jira or Lucius, but like that you and the Leak Boys kind of know might be in the works, and we just have
Hmm.
it like tightly packed in a single spot. Huge shout out to R Type and also Panther and Rokanchi as well. Panther and Rakanchi for getting the info, Panther for cleaning it up, making it beautiful, and then R-Type. I was like, what if we made it like a slideshow? Then I don't have to look at it also, so I'm going in blind, and it looks so pretty, right?
Yeah, like you guys did a good job because mine would have
Yeah,
just been like neutral backgrounds and
yeah,
everything. So
awesome.
I think we should probably just immediately hop into it. As
Sure.
much as I think we'll probably end up talking for way too long, I would like to just immediately launch into it because there's a
I want to
lot to
quickly
unpack.
say we're 2 minutes in. Let's keep no more than 15 more minutes because you, the viewers, will love it, right? If this is tight, yapless, beautiful content.
They love the yapping, but anyways, so the basic stats I think is what we should probably cover, and this
Yeah,
is the base stats at level 60. I'm pretty
yeah.
sure at the top,
Has to be.
and
Yeah.
they're really high. It's criminal.
Yeah, I can give people some perspective on this stuff. So like 12K is insane. Like the HP, like that's insane. Like Vortex, who's an HP based healer at A0, I think is 8,800. Like Gwendolyn, who has really high HP for a support. I know we're talking about a mage here. She's at
Yeah,
like 11 or 12K, and now
yeah,
we're getting a mage with this.
like on average, the legendary marksmen or whatever have 10k flat. So
Yeah,
12k is ridiculously high. She has
yeah.
the highest attack in the game for a mage. 6.1k is ridiculous. She's gonna hit like a
So
truck.
ridiculous.
And when we get into
So
the
ridiculous.
skills, you're gonna see how ridiculous that translates because it
Yeah,
is
I will say
insane.
also her attack interval is 3.0, which is like super rare. I'm trying to think of one 3.0 hero. We got lots of 2.6.
We
We got
have some
3.5 as the standard.
3.5, but
Oh, you know
no
what?
3.0.
I think we might have some healers with 3.0. I'm trying to
Maybe.
think. But yeah, but I've never,
But
I mean, this is, oh yeah, like Vortex, Hollow, I think they're 3.0.
also, I have
Um,
to say, just a little bit of a preview. Later in the skills, you're gonna see that that's actually not her full attack interval. It actually goes down for
Whoa.
specific
Okay.
things, which we'll get into in a second. So she'll
Yeah.
actually go down to like 2.6 for
Yeah.
a different
I'll
phase.
also say the typical rage regen auto, if people don't know what that is, that's just how much rage you generate per second
Yeah.
passively, independent of rage regen,
Hmm.
of getting hit, of doing hits. The range is like 12 to 14. So she's at 14. You can see the rec recovery. That's the rage recovery here.
Yeah.
So that's like it's normal, but the high end normal. So just
Yes.
everything to her is like
So
OP.
so that's like every second you're gonna get about 14 rage, and every time she attacks is 10 rage. So that's both very
Yeah.
high, I would say.
Yeah.
Like
And gets hits
that's on
is
the higher
6.
end.
If
And
it hits
her
low, the
max
attack's
rage,
solid.
her max
Yeah.
rage is ridiculously
Oh
low.
my God. That's
It's
crazy low.
700.
Let's talk
That's
about the one
Praetus.
negative. She's 25 costs, but I think let's get
Yeah.
into the kit right now. You'll explain some stuff to me. I'll read it for the first time, but I'm assuming she deserves 25 costs based on everything we've seen so far.
Yes, absolutely. Like
Yeah.
from what I've seen, and we'll get into why in a second, I think she's Praetus
Hmm.
level from what I can read.
Wow. Oh, holy
Like,
crap. Okay, let's just start. I
yeah.
gotta know.
So her name, Celestial Mater, that will change eventually. I guarantee that's not her actual name, but the name is like the last thing that gets added to these leak type
Yeah.
things. So 9 times out of 10, we will not have the names. Um, but just know she's like a celestial thing. She's the
Let's just
first
call her
legendary
let's just call
lord.
her Debbie.
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 I think Alexandra would be cool for her
Alexandra's too
style,
badass.
but
She's too
Debbie
good. She
would
needs
be
she needs
hilarious.
a basic name.
Yeah, we'll call her Debbie. So Debbie has the first ever for legendary lord dual faction. Like there's 2 or 3 either rares or epics that have dual faction and their lords.
I can tell
This is
you
the
all of
first
them if you
legendary.
want.
So
Nero's dual faction, even though he's a cultist lord, he's also a watcher.
yep,
And
Vladov,
Vladov is dual faction. Yeah.
Vladov. And then
Vladov's a
now
nightmare.
Debbie. Debbie will be dual faction. And arbiters have been getting better recently because there's a bunch of arbiters coming. And so she'll be a watcher
Watcher.
lord and
Right?
also an arbiter on the side. So
What you mean watchers are getting better? Arbiters are always good,
they're both getting
right?
better because we're getting both a
Uh,
lot of both
oh, you're
factions are
saying
being
because we're
added.
populating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
I
getting
guess see what you mean.
populated.
You're right. I'm wrong. Yeah. Because basically, like, it's hard if you have a Praetus, but you need all the arbiters, and there's only like 6
Mhm.
others to choose from. So the more, the merrier, for sure.
Yeah,
Good point.
and
Great point. What a
she'll
good content
be
creator. I'm gonna sub.
she'll be a good watcher DPS. She'll be a good arbiter DPS, and it's going to be great. Honestly, just she'll be absolutely broken.
Yeah.
Love
We
the
should
name.
also say there's like literally no way she's not ancient exclusive. Just so people know,
Oh, 100%.
there's
Because
no
the
way.
second of every faction legendary lord has been ancient exclusive, I
Yeah.
guarantee she.
And she has the arbiter dual faction. So
Yes, which are also all except for 2
yeah.
in ancient only.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but do you want to get into the kit? I'll let you
Please.
start because I want to see your reaction to some of
Okay,
this stuff.
so literally I didn't get farther than the stats. So talent when deployed enters solar mode. What solar mode? All right, solar launching 4 basic attacks turns the next basic attack into a solar flame, a solar flare. So a solar flare deals 320% AOE damage up to 15 enemies
15.
in a wide front area, which makes me think the actual range on some of her hits is not just going to be this straight line kind of Dahlia thing. That's what
Yeah,
the
it
frick?
might branch out to be bigger.
And then it says when she's in stellar mode, she launches 4 basic attacks, and then you get a star shower as opposed to solar flare. That's 50% damage to one enemy in range 9 times. So
9
it's like
times.
that's 450%. Wow, holy crap! Dude. All right, you do this skill.
It's crazy. And then her faction skill is pretty good. It's not exceptionally overpowered, but it is pretty good, and I could see why it would ramp up really fast. It starts off with the basic stuff for Watcher, which is increases faction team members' basic attributes by 15%. Typical there for every single lord that is legendary. Periodically increases damage and healing multiplier by 30 seconds for 20 seconds. The more faction allies there are on the team, the more frequently it takes effect. That's how they all work in the
Yeah.
Watcher faction. Just hers is similar to Laya in that way. But the bottom line is always different on the legendary lords. And
Yeah.
hers is after the lord deals direct damage to an enemy, faction team members deal 25% extra
my
damage to that enemy
God.
within 3 seconds. So the way it reads is every 3 seconds
Yeah.
that she's hitting, you're going to get an extra 25% additional damage. And I don't know if it works on making her do more damage or they do the damage alongside her. If it's her doing more damage, if you have a full watcher group, she's going to do 2 hits every time she hits every 3 seconds. Or
I'm reading this as every time she deals direct damage on a 3-second cooldown, just like an ally attack, you're gonna get another
Yeah.
25%
So
from every watcher. That's like insane.
I'm reading it either as she's doing it again or she's doing an ally attack. I don't know which one it is, but it's either one or the other. I think you would probably be right. I just don't fully know. 'Cause
They're both good, but yeah, if it's like everyone else joining in and like they seem like they want to push Watcher, and you can tell like basically the issue with Watcher has always been it's not even a bad faction skill, but the way to make it good is to have a full Watcher team, and like no one's running a full Watcher team.
yeah, because there's
But
no
if
reason
you-
to. Because
Yeah,
they have
but
no good DPS. Lucius will be a good DPS, but he's
Yeah.
not out yet. So currently there's no DPS there.
But if
and
you
they're
had
just
her
missing
and
a lot.
Lucius, and then you could start filling in the blanks, and then they add one more,
Hmm.
for yeah, it's going to be pretty sweet. If someone snacks her early too, just her and Iona could be already, right?
Yeah,
Her, Iona and
Idril as
Idril, yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Idril's
Brienne.
amazing. Like
Yeah.
there's a
Her Idril,
lot.
Brienne, and Iona is the hard carry now. All right, I want to let's keep going.
Yep.
Do we
So
think really
let's go
fast?
over the
Sorry.
range, I think,
Yeah, do you
before
think
the rest.
that's what I was gonna say. Do you think it gets bigger with promotions like Dahlia to 6?
I think 100%. It has to.
Okay.
Like I
Yeah.
think this stuff generally the way the leaks work is we get the unupgraded range first, and then we get the upgraded range later, because
That's
it's generally
nice.
added later. So most likely it'll be 6 tiles like Dahlia, and it's interesting you mentioned her because clearly this kind of points to her being like this type of range for Dahlia and her being more important in the future. Like
Did someone say that before?
yeah,
I'm trying to
someone
think of the
mentioned it
creator.
in my Discord actually, and then I thought of it and I
Oh.
was like, "Holy, that's
Oh, I
right."
was tooting my own horn. I've been saying this since the second Dahlia came out
Oh
in
yeah.
every video. Yeah.
Well, everyone has. It's just
I
it's
know, I'm not that
interesting.
clever. No, but it's just when people are like, "Oh, she's useless." I'm like, "Yeah, for now, dude. You're gonna regret not having her, no question."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Honora and Dahlia both face those issues where it's like they'll be good eventually.
Dahlia's still more exciting to me than Honora.
I
Like
agree.
I'd see Honora, you're gonna need your merit, you're gonna need her exclusive, and then I still wonder, like, I feel like we're gonna need a summoner codex. Like that's how specific it will have to get.
Yeah, it's very specific. But yeah, so the range is very interesting and very cool. So
I want to find out about these modes.
the modes are crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you go for it.
All right. So we got solar mode and stellar mode, right? So it sounds like there's gonna be some way to decide the modes. Solar
Hmm.
mode, you're talking 120% AoE damage to up to 8 enemies. Stellar mode, 60% damage 2 times to one enemy. So if there's going to be other conditions to them, but obviously the solar mode sounds better. They're both 120. So aside from like Styx Codex, where you need the double hitter, you're going to want hitting 8 enemies versus one.
I
Cosmic
think the way
Shift,
it
I
reads
guess.
for me
Yeah,
is you have single target and AoE in one
yeah. So I'm
kit.
assuming there's going to be some reason to make
Yep.
Stellar more exciting with the single target capabilities.
And
So I guess we're going.
also keep in
Yeah,
mind that if you do 4 attacks, you get those kind of bursts
for
from the
sure.
talent.
Yeah. So, but even still, so I think we're going to find out what the ultimate in the past is, but you can still see 450% at the Star Shower. That's the stellar mode, single target mode. That's cool, but 320% to 15 enemies is probably cooler. But I'm assuming there's things that will make the choice interesting. So you can cosmic shift on the ultimate. Solar mode switches to stellar mode and increases attack roll by 25% for 15 seconds. Holy crap.
Yeah,
And
and
stellar
her
mode
attack is
switches.
already 6,000 base.
Yeah,
So,
well, that one's the interval, but so that would make it 2.25. But then
huh.
stellar mode, now you're getting this is gonna be post deployment boost too. So when you go from stellar mode to solar mode, so now you go to from the single target mode to the AOE mode, attack plus 30%.
Yep.
Wow, so that's like another
And
over
also keep in
1,800
mind that
attack.
she's getting
Oh,
more attack buff from her faction skill.
yeah,
So
yeah.
it's stacking again, which is
I,
crazy.
I don't know if you heard. I just said under my breath like that's 1,800, but no, it's not. It's 1,800 off base, but she's got
Yep.
6,100. It's gonna be off post deployment, so she's got 6,100 base. With everything cooked in, she's gonna be like 20,000. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be like
I could
6,000
see
more
it
attack.
being like 24K pretty easily, and
Yeah.
like that's gonna break through defense and all the end game content. Like
Wow.
that's great.
You wanna tell me about these passives here? I'm
All right,
curious.
let's go for it. So Empyrean Tempest is triggering Solar Flare 1 solar energy point, and triggering Star Shower grants 1 stellar energy point. So you get energy points, and up to 5 energy points can be accumulated. Each solar energy point increases AoE damage by 5%,
Wow.
while each stellar energy point increases single target damage by 5%. Mode switching converts all
Oh
accumulated
my.
energy into rage, with each solar stellar energy granting 20% rage. So you could swap. So if you build up 5, you're getting
Yeah.
25% more damage from that respective one. So the longer you're in the form, it seems that you're going to be able to build
No.
up that damage is what I'm reading. And then when you
Yeah,
swap, you get that
basically
rage.
basically you can tell I'm AoE and you like I'm not gonna ult, I'm gonna stay AoE. You're getting the full benefit 5 points, 5 stacks,
Yep.
right? So you're going to get the 25% damage. You can rock that as long as you want. You can rock it for the whole battle. But because you have 5 stacks, the second you ult, you will have a full ult ready
Yep.
again.
And then you
And then
could
so you
swap
can
back
at
and you get
will.
the extra
Yeah.
bonus, which is
So
crazy.
yeah, it's pretty. You don't even have to build her that fast to get those points too. Like within 10 seconds, you'll basically always be able to get that because she's
Yep.
3.0 base. I don't even care. I'm assuming the last thing's even crazy, but she's a lunatic. Destined.
Yep. It's crazy. Like this is every single thing we read, we're like, this is ridiculous, and she has more every time.
Do you think the Nightmare Ancient exclusive lord now is also going to be chaotic and is going to be like if Valderon effed Praetus?
I think you could be right. That might actually be right. Like maybe the Nightmare Lord will be Valeron 2.0. Like that's what
It'll be like
it seems.
Super Vladov, right? So the Nightmare chaotic thing going, and it's like he's riding Valderon while Praetus gets his groceries or something.
That
What the
would be
heck?
so funny. They're really going in how strong can we make these units? Because like Celestial Wrath, the next passive, is Solar Flare deals an extra damage 1 time to enemies equal to 20% of their current HP, not affecting bosses and elites. And each Star Shower has a 25% chance of inflicting burning and a 25% chance of inflicting radiant erosion. So the single target is going to be also inflicting burning and radiant erosion. So every 4 attacks, we're getting more damage and these effects. And then Solar Flare is doing 20% of of their current HP.
Every team for like end game meta stuff that you need single target will be Praetus as a lord with her on the team. Like when that's what it
100%.
would be, and like yeah, I'm getting angry now. Like I'm not as excited anymore.
It's Praetus 2.0, like I said.
Well, especially if you have Praetus, she's
Yep.
just yeah, I don't know, man.
It's
So like
so
you
stupid.
can just think of all the content, right? Guild Boss 2, like it will be like Praetus, A1 Alistair, this girl, and that's like GG already,
Yeah.
right? And throw in a
Constance.
Carnelian. Yeah, Constance. And then you can think like Styx, it's over.
Uh-huh.
Arbiter Frost, it's over.
Yep.
Any normal PvE stuff, who cares at this point? I mean, it's completely this is stupid, man.
I could see this
Arena.
contributing to Watcher being viable in Guild Boss 1 because she'll do so much damage. She'll just do it all. Like,
Hey guys, this is gonna be like endless dots and endless true damage and perfect synergy with these arbiters. I think we'll have to see. I think she'll be like a crazy AoE carry, but when it comes
mhm.
to that end game stuff, you really want that single target, and she's gonna be just stupid. You can just keep
Yep.
her in the stellar mode the whole time.
Like
That's
she
crazy.
hits enemy so every 4 basic attacks in her attack speed mode. And by the way, it's like 2% attack and 2
Wait,
attack
I just thought of
interval.
another thing. So if you're doing like real PV like end game stuff where you want her single
Mhm.
target against bosses, right? You're in stellar mode. You get 5 stacks, so now you're freaking rocking and rolling 25% boost single target damage. You convert to the cosmic shift solar mode.
Yep.
And then because you had 5 stacks, you immediately have ult. Just ult again right away.
Yep.
And now you're back in stellar mode, and now you get another 15 seconds, right, of the attack bonus
Yep. So
boost.
you're attacking even
Oh my.
faster and then every 4 hits you're hitting an extra 9 times.
Yeah, you're getting
So,
both. You're just stacking them
yep.
up.
And then it's just like you're just cascading. You're going boom, 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 extra damage, building up buffs, boom, and then that's not even including her Lord skill, which that is adding more damage from
Dude,
your
we gotta
team.
hope people don't pull her, because then we're gonna be out of business for takeovers.
Oh,
Anyone will be able to do this.
100%. If anyone pulls her, they're done every content in the game, basically.
I think so.
Like she's good against
She won't
everything
be.
but air, is what I'm reading.
Yeah, she won't be that good for anti-air, but everything. She like also like are you serious? Now you'll have a Praetus team for AoE arena too. That will be probably the meta with her. Um,
It's
like her
ridiculous.
Valkyra, Constance, Praetus, Pelagia. Like oh god, whatever.
It's
I mean, she's expensive
disgusting.
at
Well,
least,
you would
right?
have
At
to
least
have
she's
Cyrene
expensive.
too, but
Yeah, you'd
yeah,
have to have
it's
Serena. At least she's
disgusting.
expensive.
And she gets 15% damage in arena. It's crazy. She's a 10
I
out of
doubt her
10
awake.
hero. It's
I doubt her awakenings are that strong, right?
her A1 is amazing though, from what I've seen, and that's the only one I know about. I haven't looked into
All
it that
right,
much.
tell me her A1.
Okay.
Oh my god. So it's a guaranteed dispel. So
Yep.
every 4 attacks, you get a guaranteed dis. So she's the single best
Huh.
GB2 here in the game for sure.
Oh yeah. But the thing that's interesting is that solar flare. So that's her AoE. So you're gonna have to swap
Yeah,
her forms because you'll want the single target form
there'll
all
be
the
skill
time.
there. Yeah,
So it'll be like a little bit of strategy where you have to
yeah.
you have to swap, get the cleanse or the debuff
It'll
cleanse,
be
the
it'll
buff
be
cleanse.
people watching one video and then they'll know how to do it, and you just time it
Yep.
out like every time the second arm is up. That's
Yeah.
stupid. All right.
But
So the A2 looked.
it's
Sorry.
ridiculous and also ignores 20% magic resistance. That's
Yeah.
for AoE attacks. So then she's gonna
So it's just
dominate every
20%
AoE content even
penetration.
more. Yep.
Like usually you get like 15% penetration at A5, and she's getting essentially 20% penetration at A1.
Which is ridiculous.
Uh,
And then the
yeah.
A2 is attack plus 300 as if she didn't have enough already. So
Yeah.
6,400 base. And
Wow.
then increases faction team members attack by 5%. That's
If with
decent.
6,400 base, aside from like Kriya and Alistair and Praetus, at that she'll be closer to Ardia than she will like the next highest mage.
Yep. And that's not
Yeah.
including like the 5 damage buff she has in her kit to buff her attack.
Yeah. And
Like,
now she's a faction team member ally too, so that's another 5%. So that'll be
yep.
off base. So that will be, oh my God, math is hard. What's 5% of
Ridiculous.
6,400?
Let's just say
Three
you'll get her up to
320.
20,
It'll be another
25,000.
320. So it'll be 6720
Yeah.
basically.
It's ridiculous.
672002. um
And then you can
so
read
then
the
whoa that
A3.
oh my God. Extra damage to targets that's inflicted with radiant erosion, so she's going to be even better on these arbiter teams, and you're going to even more for like single target stuff. She'll
Yep.
be putting that out like insane in the stellar mode. A4 at least is normal, plus 8% pen, which is just ignore 8% of magic res because she does magic damage.
Still
And then I
good.
guess the 8-5, you can read it. I don't even want to read it.
Casting the ultimate 2 times consecutively. By the way, you could do it immediately back to back. Like instantly you could double alt. It'll have the number of basic attacks required by the talent to trigger solar flare and star shower, and it lasts for 15 seconds. So you're going to swap, gain both the attack bonus and the interval decrease.
You'll have this always basically.
Yep.
Because you swap, you get it.
Yep.
You're and then you have the increased attack speed. You're building
Yep.
rage like a madman. You're basically going to be ready to go pretty soon. You just swap. Yeah, so
And then so
I think
every 2 hits, you're doing 11 attacks in the single target form, and otherwise you're doing 320% AOE damage to 15 enemies every 2 attacks. It's just
all
gonna
right,
be
guys.
boom, boom, boom.
Let's
Content
get
done.
straight to the
Content
point
done.
here.
Content done.
Let's get straight to the point here, guys. Summon for Praetus or Valderon, like whatever. Like enjoy your anniversary. Never summon again
Yep.
until she
Never summon
hits.
again. Just save for this
And hopefully
character.
it's like 5 months, so we have a shot.
Yep.
And then honestly, unless even if I pull Praetus or Yovar or Valderon, I probably only put like 1 stone. And if you guys don't know, I've been sitting on 4 soul stones. I can't
Lucky.
imagine I won't just save everything for her.
Yep. This A5
Build
might break
everything.
everything in the game except for once again support and anti-air, but she covers 2 entire things with 2 modes. She's 2 heroes in one.
Actually,
She's
I'm
S tier
sitting
on
on
both things. Like
I'm sitting on 4. I'm just thinking about myself, but I'm sitting on 4. I'm still gonna get 1 from the init missions, so I
yep,
will have 5. Maybe I just sit on everything forever, and if I ever get lucky enough to get her, I'll be on top of leaderboards and
yep.
codex. That'll be
If
fun.
if I get Praetus, I'm putting all my soul stones into him because I have my reset book. Because then if I ever
Ooh,
pull
I do
her,
too. Oh, you little genius, you Canadian bastard. Oh my God.
I haven't used
Wow.
it yet. That's why I should have made a video saying
So
do
smart.
not use your reset book. We do not know what is
Yeah.
coming, but I never did.
I said
So.
I said it I said it on stream, but yeah, that video would be a very wise video. Wow. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. If you haven't used your reset book, don't use it anytime soon. Don't reset your Calypso because you want 1 soul stone back or whatever.
Yeah. Save for this. This is probably the most game-breaking hero.
Oh my, and she has 2682 magic res. That's like solid. Her
Yeah.
defense is normal bad, but not terrible at all.
I mean, it's not
what
like
you
she's gonna get hit much.
expect. Nothing will be there.
Yeah, and her HP's high, so it's crazy. She lives decent for a mage. She has the highest attack. SWAT gets like the most amount of self-inflicted buffs anyone ever has, and then
I
she
don't know if
boosts that
I'm
more.
I don't know if I'm ready to say overall she's better than Praetus, but I'm definitely
Yep,
ready to say for a normal player, she is the best hero in the game. She's better than Praetus. For someone that's
yep.
not, I don't know yet for like hyper endgame stuff, but just in general, if you're just the any player, we don't know where you are, and you had to get one hero, she could single handedly beat I think every non piece of anti-air content in the game.
Yes, and she could probably be usable in anti-air. I could see her clearing the left side of Gear 321. Like,
But couldn't you see them saying she's not allowed to hit it?
possibly. Yeah, that would be a good balancing
Like
thing, but she
Dahlia.
would still be busted.
That is typical mostly just of cultists. You don't really see it outside of the cultists though. So maybe she will hit air and
Yes.
maybe she'll just be so strong it doesn't matter, right?
Yep. It's truly just Boreas 2.0, but even
Yeah.
debatably better than when he was before the nerf.
So when we're coming up on the 2 year anniversary, then it's gonna be like the super. It won't even be ancient. It will be like spiritual exclusive because we'll have a new currency by then,
Yep.
and it will be like this, but like only true damage, and it can crit.
They'll add another damage type, which is true damage hit multiple times. So yeah,
Yeah,
the final verdict is don't ever pull another ancient in your life past the next couple weeks, and
yeah.
you'll be
I mean, if you want to
game
be
changing.
like crazy, you can not pull any, honestly, for Praise and Valderon, I would say. But like, you should like have fun, you know,
Yeah,
like enjoy the anniversary. It would be pretty crazy. I think the game is piping hot right now. Players are happy, content creators are happy, for the most part. Like, if they released her like in July, or let's say August, like that, people would be really angry, I think.
yeah,
So I can't imagine before September, October. Who knows? Maybe Christmas. She kind of looks
yeah,
like Gwendolyn, you were saying, right? So
yeah. I think that's a great guess. Honestly, I kind of agree with you. Maybe New Year's as well.
did she, oh wait, last thing, and then we should we're getting long in the tooth here, but you think she's gonna like change looks when she switches modes? Because then it's just like, oh
Ooh,
my
that would be
god.
sick. I would love that.
Like
Like she goes from
stellar mode, she's
Sulkadins
got like
ish to
moons
like
around her, and solar mode, she's got like a sunbeam. Like, can you imagine? Oh my god.
that'll be so cool if that happens. I think you're right. I think that's very possible. She's gonna look
Yeah.
sick. She's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Both sick in the way that she's too strong, and also sick in the way that she is amazing. So,
And sick in the way that she makes me feel about the game. Oh my god.
exactly. Yeah,
Wow. Dude, thanks to Panther and Rakanchi and you and then Arestus and T, I'm sure
yeah,
like this is so cool. Wow. This is crazy.
yeah. And thanks for coming on, man. To lower your lower your expectations for the heroes released recently to be that good
Dude,
in the
I'm so
future.
happy because like if we didn't do this, like if you sat on this or you released it and then I did what I did and like didn't watch someone's videos, no, if you did this by yourself, I would have just reacted to it. But like I would like, what if I pull Valderon and I put like 3 stones into him and then I mean
Yeah.
that's still fun, but like
Like he's
this is
still
guys,
good,
this is
but when she
crazy.
comes out, he won't be that good anymore.
Nothing will feel good again when she
No.
no. This is awesome. And I will say maybe we got all the yapping out of our system because we're hitting 30 minutes right now, bro, and we still have to film on my
No way.
channel.
I thought it was like 20 minutes. Okay. I'm gonna have to
No,
cut
I
this
can't.
down, that's for sure.
It's awesome though. She's so sick. I can't wait till we learn more. This is awesome.
Agreed. So thank you for coming on. Everyone go subscribe to Fastidious, even though almost all of you are. And yeah, so is there anything else you want to say before we end this?
Yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, put in the comments, "Dear Mr. Moonton, give Destin the test server."
Yes. So please
Yeah.
give me a test server Muton, and yeah.
Oh, and say also, Mr. Destin, videos like these are why you don't have a test server.
We don't talk about it. We don't talk about it. Cut the cameras. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And Destined and Fastidious signing out. Bye bye.
Peace.